You are listening to a pop culture podcast from the year 1602 on hotconflict.com. Selected readings from Marvel Comics 1602, written by Neil Gaiman. 1602, March, Hampton Court, England. For a whole week, the skies over London have been blood red at noon. We have reports here from all over our kingdom. Reports of thunderstorms, with thunderclaps loud enough to deafen, and lightnings that strike churches and towers alike. But not one drop of rain that falls. Yes, look, earthquakes tumbled our city of York. The fens are flooded, and from what you are saying, such things are happening across Europe, perhaps across the world. Yes, Your Majesty, I believe it is so. You understand, Nicholas, there are those in the court who say that this means we are entering the final days. That the world will end in fire and darkness soon enough. What do you say to that, eh? I'm afraid Armageddon is rather outside my department, Majesty. What say you, good doctor? Is the world truly ending? It is certain that something untoward is in the air, Your Majesty. Whether it be the day of judgment or not is not for me to say. No man shall know the day or the hour, eh? There are reports. There are certain lines of communication open to those who, like myself, study the mystical arts. I cannot reveal these. There is something. I am not certain what, but something powerful, something dangerous. I believe in Jerusalem, the holy city. It has been offered to me to guard, and I have accepted. If it were to befall into the wrong hands, it could mean disaster for England, perhaps disaster for the world. You do not know what manner of thing this is. A weapon, I believe? I am not certain, but it must be kept safe on its way here. Let us hope the world does not end. Eh, good doctor? At least let it not end before I do, says the Queen. There are those who say that Her Majesty is simply frightened by a few bad storms. Are you one of them? I have not yet made up my mind about you, Doctor. These storms are far from natural. If the world is indeed ending, can your Templar treasure protect us? I did not mention the Templars, Sir Nicholas. No. Nor did you mention that the old man himself would be bringing you this treasure. Spies and cutthroats are good for something. But if I know, then I can wager you the Spanish and the Portuguese and the Russians also know. None of them know what it is, but they know that they want it. I go to Westminster, where I shall talk to the man whose task it shall be to bring your mystery box safely back to London, and I to my home in the village of Greenwich. Yesterday, they burned a Jew. He was a secret Jew. His grandfathers had converted to Christianity to stay in Spain, but still, he did not work on the Sabbath, and he ate no pork, which is how they found him out. The High Tower, in the Palace of the Inquisition, Dom Daniel, Spain. Wake up. Wake up, brothers and sisters. I'm afraid I cannot help you to your feet, but if you imagine yourself standing, then you will be. Good. You have no lips to speak with, and I am using my mind to talk directly to yours. Do you understand me? Where am I? Who are you? Are you an angel? A demon? Let me see. Yes, I may answer all of those questions. I am neither an angel nor a demon. I am a watcher. We are on your planet's moon. What's happening? Rephrase your question to make it more specific and then answerable. Well, you said you owed me an explanation. What am I doing on the moon? What manner of creature are you? No, those were the wrong questions, but I shall answer them. You are on the moon because I need to talk with you. I am a watcher, one of many watchers. We observe events across the universe, and we do not interfere. And I owe you an explanation. In the last month, I have pushed your mind. I have spoken through your mouth as if I were you. You were the one who made me certain that the world was ending. You're helping me to save it. The survival of one world or even one universe is not something that would impel me to action. But it is true that your planet now has much less than half a year before the temporal stresses destroy it entirely. I have discussed the matter extensively with the other Watchers. Originally, most of us were of the opinion that the paratemporal fault line would initially merely destroy your world. Obviously, it would then expand destructively in all directions at the speed of light, giving us, at least several 100 million years until it consumed everything. After my last report, however, we were forced to re-inspect our fundamental principles. We concluded that the destruction of this universe, while still bounded by the speed of light, would occur within an expanding simultaneity which would paratemporally have begun immediately following the initial nanosecond of this universe. And then it would expand outward from this universe, we call it 616, to engulf all the others.
I don't understand. Please, explain more simply.
Simply? Very well. If your world dies now, it will take everything with it. Not only this universe, but all the other universes as well. Everything there is will end. Or rather, to put it even more simply, everything will never have been.
What is this making this happen?
My hypothesis is that a little more than 400 years from now, somebody will build a chronal engine powered by an unstable simultaneity, which will, on its translocation to this era, become a microscopic simultaneity, the forerunner of which could be seen as an infection, which the universe must create antibodies for, which then destroy the host organism, if the universe can be perceived as an organism. Do I make myself clear?
No, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Your concepts mean nothing, they're just words.
More simple, I shall make it the attempt. All other methods of time traveling the Watchers have observed until now make use of the various pliable properties of time. They treat time as a river. An event roughly 400 years from now, on the other hand, will simply punch a hole through time a little more than a dozen years ago and deposit something in our recent past. It is the arrival of this something which begins the current cycle of destruction.
What manner of something?
Almost certainly a human being. My colleagues and I have observed and pondered, and we are almost all in agreement on this. And we believe that the damage to the fabric of time began with the arrival of this entity, whatever it is. You don't know? I was not watching. I blame myself, although my fellows tell me that my failure was inevitable. Something may have stopped me.
What? What would stop you watching?
And it was...
The universe is following certain laws. And like you, I am certain of the universe. Some laws I understand. Some I do not. I am young, as we reckon things. In truth, yours is a young solar system, and it is the only one I have watched. And there is something else I do not understand. Everything has its season. In spring, the world begins and brings forth blossoms. In cherry season, you get cherries. But a season has dawned over 300 years early. A season of heroes and marvels. My own conclusion, several of my colleagues laugh at me, is that the two are connected. That the universe fights to save itself. To save everything. The heroes have come. The hypothesis my stater colleagues prefer is that the arrival of the entity they refer to as the Forerunner is, in itself, the signal to the universe for the season of marvels to begin. And that entity's arrival also created the simultaneity.
You said you were not permitted to interfere, yes?
That is correct.
But you brought me here and told me this. You were obviously interfering. Why?
A valid question. I have consulted with my fellows. The consensus of opinion was that if the totality of all universes came to an end, there would be nothing left for us to watch. And that would be regrettable. Thus, the smallest amount of interference may be permitted. The simultaneity must be closed. The Forerunner must be returned or destroyed.
Now, how do I do that? How do I find this Forerunner? Where is this simultaneity you keep talking about?
I will show you. I will see what I know through my eyes, and you will see it. You will see everything. But I am still a watcher, and I am still bound by the codes and oaths of my kind. There is only one injunction law that I must lay upon you, and it is this. While you live, you may say nothing of what you know to any soul. You may not act in any way upon what you know. Like me, you are condemned only to watch.
Selected readings from the year 1602 and the secrets of the Lodge of the Templars, the secrets of the craft of the Master Masons, the secrets of the Brotherhoods, of secret societies, the secrets that will end the destruction of all humanity. My name is Salim Siddiqui. You're listening to Hot Conflict, and I am a follower of the Prophet Muhammad. And oh, brothers and sisters, those of you who understand that on this earth we are those who are permitted not only to speak, but to act. We are the watchers here on this earth who have descended from the higher realms. And we are engaged in this battle against the dark. We have been authorized to fight the Dark Ones until all are raised and ascended from this earth. My name is Salim Siddiqui, and I gotta ask you a question. The first order of Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad. Iqra. Read. Readings from the comic books of America. My name's Salim, and I gotta ask you, brothers and sisters, do you read anything?